Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Vikramjit Singh. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I work with Enclave Immigration Services. Today, we are going to talk about two recent announcements which has been made by IRCC with respect to the new NOC system, which is going to be starting implemented from November 16, 2022. And then at the same time, we're also going to talk about the new changes which has been introduced for express entry system that is specifically for the people who have studied outside Canada, and it is going to have sort of an impact in terms of uh, the points which are going to be allocated for their Canadian education. So stay tuned. So the first, we are going to talk about the new NOC system. So as you know that last year the new NOC system was introduced. So NOC system is nothing but a national occupation classification system, which gets updated every 5 years. So the previously we were using 2016 NOC system, and now what is happening is like that NOC system was updated last year in 2021, but IRCC didn't adopt that new NOC system. It is only from the November 16, 2022, the new NOC system is going to be implemented. So what are the major differences between NOC 2016 versus NOC 2021? If you see that if the now NOC 2016, we have the skill categories 0, A, B, C, D categories, and like most of the federal program which is related to the Canadian experience class or federal skill worker, the skill requirement is in 0, A, B. Basically, if you meet any of those skill requirement, your job meets those requirement, you qualify for those streams. Whereas like some of the PNP categories also allow the skill category C and D, which could help you to get the permanent residency. Now going forward, these skill categories has been modified. These skill categories have moved to tier system. So the number of tier system are going to be tier 0 to tier 6. So skill type 0 has been further subdivided into tier 0, tier 1. Skill level A has been divided. Is a combination of the tier 1, tier 2, and skill level B is tier 3. Skill level C is goes to tier 4, and skill level D goes to the tier 5. So one of the important thing for you to understand now is that just make sure that like you look in terms of the concordance table between 2016 and 2020 knock one knock, and see whether your knock still meets that skill requirement, whether the knock has further moved from what category you are working. Make sure you compare the job duties which were outlined in 2021 versus 2016. So that is the major thing which, and I think like another important thing to understand here is with the implementation of new NOC system, I believe like even IRCC also, as the minister has expressed in the various interviews, that like going forward they are looking in terms of exploring NOC specific draws. So basically, this is one of the steps in which they are looking in terms of making changes into the express interest systems. All right, now let's go to the second point, which is related to the points for education. So, as we know that at the time of pandemic, uh, we saw that many international students were forced to study or complete their programs outside Canada. So they completed their studies while they were away from India. Away from Canada. And if you go through the previous ministerial instruction, if you could only get the points for Canadian education if you were physically present in Canada and your study was on the full time basis, basically. So what has happened is like IRCC understand that like okay, because of pandemic, many people were affected by this particular change, and they were not able to meet this requirement, and hence they were not able to claim points for this Canadian education. Hence they have made this announcement this week itself, whereby what they have done is now they have waived off the two conditions where the person has to be physically present in Canada for the studies, and the studies has to be for on the full-time basis, basically. So now the good news is, like, depending upon your level of education, if you have completed your studies outside Canada, you will be able to get points for your Canadian education. If you have done a diploma program or 1 2 year studies, then you will be able to get 15 points. For master's program and the certain level of program, you are able to also get 30 points. So that is a welcome news for most of the international students who have completed their studies overseas. Okay, so if you need any further information about any immigration updates, immigration changes, please stay tuned, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions and queries. You can reach out to us on 416-271-4371, 416-271-4371, or you can also follow our social media channels and you can post your questions to us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a good day.